This is really crazy. It's absolutely unreal. This is the actual shed where the weed was produced. Welcome back everyone. You are probably wondering, where am I at the moment? Well, I'm in France. And I'm not in an abandoned house. At least there is an abandoned house on this side. But this place is like very different from places we've explored previously. So I'm sitting next to a stuffed deer, and this place is beautiful, but it has also a very impressive history. So this place used to be a hostel. There were guests coming over, sleeping at the place, having something to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything you would expect from a normal hostel. But this was more like a very French hostel, like traditional, and also the way it is built and the architecture is just splendid. It's really something from the past. The place got abandoned in 2006 because the past owner got imprisoned because of drugs. There's actually a weed firm. He was producing weed on this site. Maybe there is even still weed left, we are not sure. But that's the reason why he got arrested and got imprisoned eventually. And this all happened in 2006, and the place got abandoned ever since. It's closed, not active anymore. They never decided to renovate it or sell it because the owner is just in prison. And sadly enough, it's also left to vandalism. In most places, this place is still really rare because there is so much stuff left. Some things are not in place anymore as they used to be, but most of it is pristinely left. So that's enough talk for now. Enjoy my guide around as I will show you everything in each little detail. So let's start off our explore in the main dining hall where the people used to have a drink or have something to eat. And they must have had very cozy times inside this place, gathering together, having a chat. Fake flowers and an old-fashioned vacuum cleaner over here. Tornado is the brand name. So they all had different tables here with multiple chairs. These were actually the drinks they offered. And especially all the different wines. We had fruity wines, white wines, red wines, rosé wines. French people just love drinking wine. I just love the stone walls. It makes this place feel so traditional. Over here, it's a quite vintage television. There's a large collection of all these LPs of old French songs. Look at the light there on the tripod. So over here, yeah, the shelf filled with DVDs, and they would be played here at this screen, so people could watch films together or maybe watch football when France played. for the national championships or the world championship. I mean, it's just crazy. Have a look around. And then more importantly, the ceiling. It's so unique. I just love these wooden chandeliers with these candle lights. Then we have the stuffed deer here. Taxidermy is really something French. We're going to find so many ornaments inside this place. So many decorative things, artifacts and everything. I don't know what this chain was, but I think it was for praying. This looks African. All different animals made from porcelain. So we have a bunny, we have a duck, we have a crab, we have turkey. But even more fascinating, I find the wooden wardrobe. The way it is carved out. I always find it unique how people can do it so detailed. This is incredible. These glasses are still standing in there so symmetrically. Unreal. Over here as well. Over here is a seat for horse driving. Maria. What is this? Take a look on the spoon. And it's carved out with these African-ish heads, I don't know. Where did they use this spoon for? It's crazy. A very tiny bottle here. Coteau de Cricastin. It was a wine, but I think it was to taste it. Like a little glass. To check if you like the taste. But then just take a look at the similarity. We have a very tiny bottle compared to a huge bottle of wine. Also all the dirt on the ground. You can tell people have went through the stuff in search for valuables. I just don't understand why people do that, and especially not why they would do harm to such a beautiful place like this, where people would have enjoyable times, even come here for their holiday. It's a price list, and it's really cheap inside this place. So you had a bottle of wine for €2, €1.50, €1. And it's probably hard to see because the menu is actually a mirror. I don't quite know what this was. Probably some plants, some moss. I think it used to be a decorative planting. Again, there is more LPs on the table here. There is a model ship. So many random stuff over here. Orange juice. Take a look at its color. That's so repulsive. Wow, this looks like a battleship. And it was. It's like a navy ship, but then a model one, a miniature. And over here a plane. Like I said, there was many ornaments inside this place, but the most random things you can possibly think about. Over here, the massive set of cutlery. And then imagine with all these tools, how you would just set all the tables for the guests. Coffee grinder. Eventually you could collect coffee here down beneath. This is a French saying over here on the wall. Ooh, gotta be careful. It's about notre maison. That means our house. Our house. It's small, with flowers for a little bit of silence, and the rest I don't really can translate it, but just to give you an idea of what's we can find inside of this place. Wow. So these were actually all these sandwich dishes they served out. Sausage, cheese, ham, everything you could choose from. Take a look how this chair is designed. I really like it. The pillow as well. And we have a cabinet over here. I can already see quite some interesting stuff on it. For example, all the little elephants. These tiny shot glasses. Porcelain birds. So many tiny things. And as you can tell from all the videos, I always love finding all these small artifacts. Oh wow. Those was probably used for sherry or port. What's this? Masterpiece liquor dispenser. And eventually it would pee and then the liquor would come outside of it. Crazy. Okay, so that was part one, but we still have a lot to go. Okay, I made my way outside, and right in front of me I can walk to another part which is crazy. There was a swimming pool. Walking through the vegetation, I will eventually reach it. I can go inside over there. Take a look over here. It's just like an outside dome with a swimming pool. Isn't this crazy? How all the vegetation is just coming through. And then there is still water actually inside of the pool. I can barely imagine that people really used to come here to spend the holidays. If you see the state of this place now, 15 years later. And this was the water pump engine. Okay, so that was it for the pool. Also take a look how they made these pillars. These pillars are actually made out of tree trunks. I think I have never seen something like that. I mean, like the actual tree trunk itself, like okay, if it's wood like this, I've experienced it before. But actually trunks as pillars? Crazy. Oh wow! This looks like a massive bird's cage to me. Or for owls or something. Okay, so entering another part of the hostel. And I cannot really relate where this part was used for. But it could have been for storage. A lot of products here. Even these rusty cans, which have never been opened before. This is actually the menu card of the cheese and the wines. Wine map of France. And what's inside of this? Like biscuits or something? Biscuits? I don't know. Wow. Take a look what time has done to this place. Flower basket. But the clock is just crowded with cobwebs. And it stopped ticking for 15 years now. That's crazy. Quite eerie doll here. Some leaflets. I yet don't know why there's clothes here. I've got many questions about this place. Also look where I have to walk through. I mean, all the dump and all the mess. Some garlic hanging here. Toilets. Ladies, is saying. Yep, those were the toilets. Ladies and men. And take a look how the pair of keys is also still hanging there. Crazy. Oh, here was a little desk. Like I said, there was so many random stuff inside of here. Also this ball. Some cans of Schweppes tonic. Also all the crates for the bottles. There were even more crates with all the kitchen products they use to prepare their dishes. Ew, this all looks so repulsive. Probably you can already wondering where we are walking to now. This was the kitchen. So many stuff. You literally don't even know where to look. Well, I will not go into detail about everything, but I will just span out what I see. And also on top of the cabinets, there is so many stuff. So I'm yet not sure if this was like a main kitchen for the hostel and the living house itself, because there isn't actually a living house attached to the hostel where the drug family, if I can call them like that, actually lived. Oh, gotta watch my step. There's bottles of wine here on the ground. He's looking very grumpy. Ah man, all these mold. This place is in a very bad state. At least in this part. This was the actual furnace. 2 ovens, 3 ovens, a microwave, and just all the kitchen equipment. Spices they used. And it looks like this was the actual freezer. And I'm not going very into detail here, but it's crazy. I mean, take a look. There's so many cobwebs. And this was where all the products were being preserved and being cooled. The reason, of course, why all these products were just left and never used anymore is because the owner, he left in a rush. He was arrested and he was not able to come back anymore. And then, okay, wow, I'm really excited to see this because I've not seen it yet myself. It's the first time I see the room. And this was the actual living of the family, and they had a beautiful living. I mean, wow, so much space. Again, another very neat wooden cabinet. Obviously love playing music as well. There's an electric one. Over here a fish tank. Wow. Splendid architecture of this wooden cabinet. Actually, take a look at the door over here. So there is a calendar, yet there is no date to be found. I assume that they had a passion for ships. Wow, take a look at the squirrel. I think what I like the most inside of this room is just this Inglecook fireplace. It's crazy. I mean, look at the size. It's really unique, and especially inside of a home. So this was the actual main door, or at least of the living part. Over here to read letters and factures. There are some quite old calendars to find in this place. This one is dated from 1986. Even another ship. These French people really knew how to design a wooden cabinet. And again, in this one also is everything pristinely left. It's so strange. Oh, I don't know if any of our viewers know this person, but he's actually coming from my city, Andre Rieu. He's from Maastricht in the Netherlands, and that's where I was born, where I was raised up, and where I am still living. there. And just take a look at the wooden design of everything here. Oh, there's even a microscope. Wow, this is crazy. I cannot even turn the Oculus anymore. It's a very old-fashioned one, and I think it was also a quite cheap one. It was not very professional. Just a cheap brand, I think, just for a hobby. And a clock. Vedette. So let's go upstairs. I'm really curious because, as I said, I had not seen the living part, and neither have I seen the upstairs part. Statue over here. Clown. View from above. And take a look how the cobwebs are just between the pillars of the banister. Made it to the upper floor. Wow. Can already see some old pictures. So this was a bedroom. Take a look, spinning wheel. Can I still turn it? No, it's stuck. Oh, there's like a hidden room here. Take a look. You have this little door, and I'm gonna crawl down beneath it. Oh. And then there's yet another bedroom. But why have they made it that strange? Like it was a secret and nobody was destined to find out about it. Okay, this is really mysterious. Clothes inside of this wardrobe. This room is so strange. I really can't get my head straight around it. Because there was a bathroom attached to it, but yet there is no other possibility, legit guys. That over there is the only door to reach this bedroom. Why? This is actually really cool. I just found this. Those are actually 20 kilos in weight. And those are very old-fashioned dumbbells, but take a look at the shape of them. It's crazy. I mean, I tried to lift it. I could maximally do it like 2-3 times per arm, but this is heavy. Really cool to find though. Quite sad to see this beautiful home just going into decay. With some of the main entrances. Take a look at the cobwebs right over here. Oh, crazy. I mean, the owners must have been some kind of collectors because they collected so much stuff. There was even another storage, take a look. Unbelievable. many wine bottles, but also soft drink cans and other bottles. It's so insane. I think they had quite a good business here with all the guests, but then in the meanwhile, why would you do illegal activities to earn your money? Look at the well. Wow. I just love the scenery of this place. This is how the building looks from the outside. This was the living part we just did. And the rest were all the rooms for the guests. And then right left from me, this is really crazy. It's absolutely unreal. This is the actual shed where the weed was produced. At least that's what we assume, because you see this dried sticks and trunks, those are actually where wheat flowers. Those are all dried wheat leaves. It's from a marijuana plant. I will show you a picture of how it used to look when the first urban explorers came here. Okay, so this was a mechanic working part. It surprises me how many tools are actually hanging on the ceiling. Nails, screws. So much stuff. I don't know if the man actually had engineers and mechanic people working for him, like employees, or he was just very handy himself. He just did everything himself, like his daily jobs, but also the maintenance of the place. And then the last thing which is left for us is going upstairs over here, and this will actually reach us to the actual bedrooms of all the hostel guests. So where these people used to sleep. I think the scenery is quite unique. So you walk upstairs, and right over here, on each side you had rooms. And this would be your view. Over there the swimming pool again. And those are all these little accommodations inside of this place. Oh wow, take a look, the cemetery is so cool. It's really satisfying how this looks on camera. Wow, it's like split into two halves. On the left side, the pink bed. On the right side, the other one. Over there are some traces of black mold. And then the final room inside of the hostel. This is it. Take a look on this tapestry on the wall. Very beautiful and detailed. Lions, horses. Another one of these clocks. We found a similar one in the living. Also this one from the brand Vedette. Oh, look at the plate. And the lamp as well. How it's made out of the wood. There's a newspaper It's dated from the 15th of January 1992. Oh, and the price was still in francs, of course, back in the days. 4 francs. Nowadays, everybody in Europe just pays with the euro, of course. Television. This was a DVD recorder or something, I think. A rotary phone. It's very stuck. I really don't know what this is, but I quite like it. They had so many different influences. This clock, it's like a pen. I've never seen something like that. And all these paws. Again, I like the fireplace, and I thought the fireplaces in this hostel were really beautiful. A bellows to light up the fire, pump air inside of the fire, so it will get more oxygen and it will start the fire eventually. Wow, all these figures. Oh, this radio. This is amazing. All the different radio channels. It's quite an old radio. It's definitely vintage. I mean, look at the buttons. And right next to it, even another television. And all these figures again. Birds, bunnies, elephants. I think they definitely loved animals. Alright, so that is where I want to close the video from this week in France. This hostel, it was so great because it's so different from other places we have explored before. I love the architecture, and the story which went with it was quite impressive. After all, I hope when the owner comes outside the prison, he will eventually sell this place, or it will be renovated and get a new purpose, because the building on the outside is beautiful, but also all the items left inside, it's such a shame, and they should be donated for a good cause. Anyways, I really hoped you did enjoy my perspective on this place, and if you liked it, please hit a big thumbs up. You can subscribe down below, also leave a nice comment down below. I want to give a nice rose to all our dearest fans. Thank you so much for the support, guys, and as always, we will see you in the next adventure. Bye bye.